I have a brief to-do list because, like many of you, I used to feel so overwhelmed by my goals and the tasks that I needed to achieve those goals that I set for myself. Then I changed my approach, and not only do I now get a lot more done than I usually would, I was able to create flow in my work days, which makes my work days not even feel like work. And I can truly say that I have become the person that I want to be. I have achieved all of this just by shifting a particular thing in my workday, which is switching from working on tasks individually to working on tasks based on my personas throughout the day. So, if you want to know how I did that, then keep on watching. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here and you have not subscribed, you need to subscribe, okay? Because we are becoming Proverbs 31 women on this channel. If that's your vibe, then subscribe down below to get more videos from me. So I want you to imagine something. Instead of starting your workday and seeing a daunting list of endless tasks that you need to perform, or you sit on your desk and you immediately switch to the persona for the work block that you have allocated to that time slot. You don't have to worry about any distractions. You don't have to worry about any decision fatigue on what to work on. If you're working on marketing, you are a marketer at that time block. If you are working on your new product, you are a product developer at that time block. If you are learning a new language, you are a language learner at that point. You see, this mental shift has really helped me because it has shifted from the idea of just working on tasks to actually embodying the personas of the projects that I'm working on, because it's a very big difference, a very small difference, but a very big difference as well. You have to stop thinking about, you are doing this, so you are this. Okay, you are not doing marketing, you are a marketer. Trust me, guys, that mindset shift, chef's kiss. So for me, the way this works is that every single day I have created different projects that I'm going to be working on in the day, and then I have allocated different hours for that project. So for instance, every day that I wake up and I get to work and I want to start work, I start working on my product development. Okay, so I start developing the product that I want to launch. And at that time, when I sit down, I know that, okay, I'm a product developer at this time. Every other thing doesn't matter. Marketing doesn't matter. Language learning doesn't matter. No, all that I'm focusing on now is product development. And what this does is that it helps me breeze through my task, because all those things can leave, attention residue when you're switching between different tasks that have different contexts. But when you know that you are working as a product developer at that time, you don't have to worry about any other thing, and you can just focus on what would a product developer do. Okay, so it's not even a case of, oh, okay, you even have to write down your tasks. You don't necessarily even have to write it to do list, because once you sit down and you already put it in your brain that, okay, this time is for product development, so you're going to be thinking about different things that you can do as a product developer. And in times when I don't feel like doing that specific task that I have allocated for that particular time block, I can just do different things based on that persona, and I will allow myself to do other things that are related to that persona. So for instance, one day I was supposed to be working on my product development, okay, and as I was building the new templates, I just wasn't feeling it. For some weird reason, I just wasn't feeling it. So then after that, I was like, okay, let me just take a break from actually trying to do this. Let me just watch a quick 10 minutes tutorial on something related to what I was working on at the time. And then once those 25 minutes were over for that particular Pomodoro, then I took my 5-minute break. And then after I took my 5-minute break and it was time for me to start working again, trust me, guys, I felt like doing that thing. So the way this would actually work when it comes to normal life, like if you're just working based off of your to-do list and based off of your normal tasks, at that time when you don't feel like doing that particular task, you are not now going to say, okay, let me think of another thing that I can do that is related to that persona. No, what you would usually do, what you would typically do, is to now go on your phone, or you take a break, or you just go and do any other thing, and that will just take you off track. That will just distract you. You now pick up your phone and start scrolling for some minutes, saying you are taking a break. Do you get? But if you have already allocated hours for your persona, you know that even if I feel like procrastinating, I can still procrastinate productively. I can still do other things that are related to that persona. I may not have to do what I have on my to-do list based on my persona, but I can do other things. So, do you get? So that thing, when that thing actually happened for me, I loved it, because the fact that I was not even motivated again to do the task that I was putting off before, it it was such an amazing experience for me. So that's just what I want you to do. Look at all of the projects that you need to do. Look at all of the responsibilities that you have on your plate, and then allocate different hours to work on them. Put them in your time block schedule so that you're not just time blocking tasks, because time blocking tasks, maybe some tasks may just be 15 minutes. So if you now want to, create like a Google Calendar time block that's going to be looking like this, it's messy. But when you know that, okay, these are the different responsibilities that I need to be making progress on each day, you can now allocate different hours for that. Okay, and then you would now use breaks to break up each persona. And talking about breaks, that brings us to the second point, which is taking breaks. Because honestly, for you to be able to apply this, you need to be able to take breaks, because that helps you to leave one persona behind and then move on to the next persona. Okay, so for instance, I have finished my product development and work block, and I want to start working on marketing. If I just switch immediately to that marketing, I would leave some attention residue from that product development, because I have not, fully like, turned my brain off as a product developer. Okay. So what this does is that it gives you enough space between those two personas, between those two projects, to be able to like kind of like reset your brain. And this works wonders for me. So how this works is that you first of all work for 25 minutes, and then you take a 5-minute break. You work for another 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, and you do this 4 times, and that's going to add up to 2 hours. And then after that 2 hours, I take a break to, rejuvenate my mind, refresh my mind, and then I move on to the next one. Okay. So if, for instance, you have two projects that you may not really necessarily want to work on each of them for 2 hours, and maybe they have similar themes within them, so you can batch them together. So for instance, me, once I wake up, I do my product development, which is 2 hours, because it takes a lot to actually develop. And then after that, I take my break, and then I now batched lead generation and marketing together. Okay, because they are like kind of like similar themes, just like trying to get customers. So they are kind of like similar. So that's why I batched them together. So for lead generation, I work on it for 1 hour, and then for marketing, I work on it for another hour. So that gives me 2 hours. And then after that, I take another break until it's not time for my next persona. So in light of this, my rules are that I never work for more than 2 hours without taking a break. Once I have worked for 2 hours, I must take a break. And what do I do during my breaks? I'll put screenshots of what I do on my long break, which is 30 minutes, and for my short break, which is 5 minutes. So, guys, it's a game changer. When it comes to working and when it comes to doing actual deep work, you need to be taking breaks. And this Pomodoro timer thing, chef's kiss, is going to change the game for you, because you'll be able to stay focused, because there's that urgency that, oh, okay, I need to get this done before I have to take my 5-minute break. It also helps you to get past that procrastination, okay, because you know that in the back of your mind, okay, you can just trick your mind, be like, okay, I just need to work on this for 25 minutes, I can do this, it's literally just 25 minutes, it's not that long. But if you're just picking tasks, you may not be able to see the end. Like, you may not be able to see the end, you may not be able to see that, okay, at this time I will stop working. No, you will just keep on picking tasks. But once you can incorporate breaks, you know that, okay, after I work for this amount of time, I can take a break. After I work for this amount of time, I can take a break. And then once you have worked for 2 hours, then you now take the long break, because it's not for pushing for hours on end and trying to trick yourself that you're being productive just based on how long you work without taking a break. But it's about those strategic pauses throughout your day that help you to recharge your mind, refresh your mind, refuel your body, and make sure that you are set to work again. Okay, because me, after I do my 2 Pomodoro sessions, I eat for the afternoon, and then after I eat for the afternoon, I do my other 2 Pomodoro sessions, and then I eat for the evening. Okay, so that's just a way to just make sure that you're attending to your body. Anything that you need to do, you can do. Your routines, you can fit them in, because that's what I do. I have a morning routine, an afternoon routine, evening routine, night routine, and I have placed those routines in between all of my Pomodoros. So, chef's kiss, if you want me to make a detailed video about how you can do this as well, I would do that for you. So honestly, guys, that is it. That is the game changer. I'm no longer just making endless to-do lists and just picking them randomly, switching between tasks, switching between content. Okay, so now that you know this, I actually want you to think about it, or I even want you to write it down. What are the responsibilities that you have to fulfill each day? Even in your 9 to 5, what are the responsibilities that you need to fulfill? In your freelancing job, who are the clients that you need to be working on their projects? List all of them down, and then you now have to think, okay, how many hours do I want to be working each day? Okay, now that I know the hours that I want to work each day, then how many hours do I want to be working on this particular project each day? Okay, because it just helps you to, one, be making consistent progress throughout your week, so you don't have to now be, deadlines, missing deadlines, and now, hyperfixating on one particular project each day, because that's just going to give you the grindy effect. It's not going to give you that, effect of, okay, you are flowing through your day. Because the way it works for me, I never feel like I am on grind mode, because I truly feel like I'm living a balanced life. I never work on one particular project for more than 2 hours, so that just gives my head space, such a breather, so to say. I never ever feel like, oh, I am overwhelmed, or oh, one project is, over, like, stimulating me. No, I have different projects that I work on each day, and that just helps me to feel more relaxed and feel more in a flow state. Yeah, that's the word, in a flow state. So yeah, think about it. What are the personas that you need to embody? What are the, responsibilities that you have, and what personas do you need to embody to become them? I want you to write that down, and then write down the hours that you need to be working on each persona, working as each person. And of course, after that, you now have to, add time for your breaks. Okay, so for your midday break, you should have a midday break. For your evening break, you should have an evening break. Do you get? So those are like mainly the two main ones. So for me, my midday breaks and my evening breaks are 2 hours each. So I work for myself, so that's why, that can be like tweaked like that. And I work from home, so no commute or anything. But of course, you want to include your commute as well. You want to include the amount of hours that you're allowed to take a break in the midday as well. So yeah, guys, that is just that for that. So in order to make this practical, I want to give you guys some resources that you can use in order for you to, actually do this. So the first one I'm going to be giving you guys is the structured app. Okay, so this one is basically based on hours as well, so you can just, like, create all of your projects, assign different hours, as you would see on the screen. You can assign different hours, and then now arrange it. That's what I love most about it. Okay, because with Google Calendar, you can't really, like, move things around on your app. But the fact that, we use our phone a lot, so I love the fact that, on my app, as I'm going through the day, I can just, like, switch projects around based on how I want to work on them and all of that. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend. It's completely free, although if you want to do, like, the pro version, you can as well, but it's completely free to use, and it's just an amazing app altogether. And then I also have, like, Pomodoro extensions on my web browser. So what this does is that as I'm browsing on my laptop, I can literally see how many minutes I have left. And guys, hey, I love, love, love that idea. I love the fact that I can see how many minutes I have left, because that's just, like, of course, giving me ginger, but also letting me know that, oh, okay, if I'm feeling tired about this, particular project, and, I'm just dragging my feet, I know that, okay, at least I only have 5 minutes left. So let me just push through and just, get this task done. So yeah, guys, that is that for this video. I really do hope that you found these insights helpful, because I just quickly wanted to, just come in here and tell you about this. I hope that you really got the idea. You guys try it, okay? For the next week, I'm posting this on Friday. Tomorrow, do this, like, actually do this. Trust me, guys, it's going to be a game changer for you. I tell you, like, you're not gonna believe that you were living your life the way you were living your life before. I tell you, like, once you start doing this, once you get in the flow with this, you're not going to believe that you're living that way you're living. So if you want to see exactly how I do this, how I plan based on my, personas and my projects, how I, allocate different hours for them, how I plan the task for those hours, then check this video here where I show you how I plan my work week on Notion. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.